Hello there, this is Kuza, and welcome to my show. I'm back. Sorry, I was away for quite a while. I really have no excuse, I just didn't feel like doing any videos for a while. It's quite exhausting work. I wouldn't have guessed it before I started to do them, actually. I mean, doing them consistently at least, because I did videos before and it's fun. It's a fun experience when you actually play the game and record it. But it's also quite exhausting to actually keep up the pace. Well, now, last time we played Denmark, and I think we did pretty well. We have Poland in our personal union, and yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm just a little bit pissed we didn't manage to get actually Sweden into the personal union, or at least to conquer more of its territory. But it's fine, I guess we are doing pretty well. So now, let's check out how the world looks like, and let's decide upon our next country. Well, first of all, let's just take a look at how well the countries are doing which we have played with. England is at war with Burgundy, it seems, and I don't think they can really get out of it, to be honest. But considering the fact that they didn't manage to actually get Maine and Anjou back after they lost them, I pretty much figured that they would lose their European conquests sooner or later. And yeah, the time has come, especially considering how strong Burgundy actually is. So that's one bad thing, but the good thing about it is they actually started colonizing, and I don't know, I think they're the only ones that actually started fighting with the Native Americans here, the Creek, and yeah, hopefully they will convert them to Catholicism and English culture. And hopefully just continue on conquering and colonizing stuff here. What can we say? Well, there's nothing much more to say. I hope they will get Connaught as well. I really don't know when they will get them. Yeah, the English have the mission to colonize the Caribbean, so hopefully they will just do that. In any case, they're doing quite well, I think. They have a shit prestige. Yeah, probably for losing a couple of wars. We can actually just check. Let's see. Income tab. Well, the countries we've played are pretty much in the top. The funny thing is, actually, Oman and... Okay, Vu is normal because China has a lot of money, but the Oman has more than Bavaria, which is quite strange. Of course, they can trade very, very well. They have perfect sliders for trading in the beginning, so that might be the reason. So the countries we have played with, they are actually doing quite fine. I mean, the first couple of countries actually have no infamy. Oh, infamy doesn't really matter. Let's check inflation. Great Britain has 40% inflation. What the flying fuck is going on there? Okay, Britain is doing shit. Let's be very honest here. Britain is doing very, very badly. 41%, that's a huge amount. I've never actually seen a European AI doing that badly. Holy tits. Well, in any case, we're not going to play Britain again, because 41%, that's just horrible. Well, never mind that. Burgundy is doing fine. They have a lot of money. Yeah, they have a lot of fucking money. They have no infamy. They have quite a lot of prestige, and they don't have too bad inflation. It's quite alright. 8% is not bad, and Castile as well. Castile actually recovered fantastically. Biggest income, not too big of an inflation, maximum prestige, max stability. I mean, this is fucking amazing. Castile is doing very well. As soon as they have Barcelona and they can become Spain, it's going to be very, very good for them. quite impressed with that. And of course the Ottomans, they're not doing too bad either. I mean, their inflation is okay, it's not too bad, and yeah, they have a lot of inflation because they are attacking. I think they've conquered a lot of the Mamelukes. Yeah, that's where the inflation comes from. They probably had the conquest of Egypt, casus belli, and that's why they attacked. Yeah, and that's when Algeria also got Alexandria, I guess. Of course, it's quite shit for the Ottomans that Egypt has Alexandria. I guess they should try and... oh, they have a center of trade in Astrakhan, which is quite large. Let's actually see how large it is. Well, it is fucking amazing. That's why the Ottomans are doing that well in trading. They've just kicked everyone out of the center of trade, and they are keeping it all for themselves, and the center of trade is very, very good. Well, anyway, it would be beneficial for them to actually get another center of trade, maybe in Thrace, to actually get a lot of those provinces in Asia to actually, and in Europe, of course, to actually trade through it. I think the thing is they are still in the what's it called? The merchant thingy, the trade union, exactly, of Venice, whatever it is called. I can never remember. The trade league, exactly, not a union. Fuck it. So they might not be sending everything into their own center of trade because of that. But I guess it's just the distance. Astrakhan is just very, very far away from the European provinces. And I think the fact that it's been conquered by rebels has some kind of a significance as well. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Well, Bavaria. Let's actually check out Bavaria as well. Bavaria... yeah, it's actually still at that very high inflation, which is, yeah, can't do anything about that, to be honest. But other than that, well, it's not as rich as Bohemia, which is quite shit, because, yeah, we actually wanted to destroy Bohemia and we didn't manage it. Of course, Bohemia with Austria in it is not that easy to get down, I guess, because Austria is very rich. The provinces have a very high base tax, normally. Yep. Well, and they've colonized quite a lot. At least not much of it is actually core province, but quite a lot of it is, to be honest. Look at this shit. Most of it is core province, actually. Well, this is insane, to be honest. Yeah. Well, maybe Bohemia is actually a candidate to be playing with. I mean, I would really like to get rid of all this crap here, because this is just horrible. I mean, okay, I understand if you conquer, I don't know, your bit of Austria back here and Aquileia and Croatia and Hungary and stuff like that, but this is just plain bad. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But hey, let's actually look at what we can play next. We have quite a bit of a selection here. Algeria doesn't look too bad. I mean, with Alexandria, they should be quite rich. Let's actually check how rich are they. Well, they're not too rich. They have no prestige. That's the problem, actually. They have no prestige, and I don't really know how to alleviate that problem. And against Castile, it will be very hard to actually do anything. I guess you could try and just take Tunis, maybe, and the Mamluks, or what's left of them, and Adal, and just continue going south and take the gold provinces from Zawhili. There are gold provinces here somewhere. I'm quite sure of it. This is trade. Yeah, look. A lot of gold here, a lot of gold here. And, yeah, a lot of ivory everywhere. Which both of them are very good. Well, that's a possibility. Second possibility, of course, is Persia, which is looking quite well. Of course, Rajputana or Vyangara is also a possibility. The problem here is, I think they're all allied with each other. Oh, and Vyangara is actually in a personal union with Rajputana. Okay. Well, then Rajputana is actually a possibility. Take it. And they're actually... Oh yeah, they're actually Hindu, so it's okay. You can actually still get Hindustan with them. Good. So this is a prime possibility, Rajputana. Persia. Brunei, of course, is a big possibility, because they are quite big. They've lost a lot of provinces here, but that's no problem. They actually still have cores on most of it. Let's actually check how many cores do they actually have. Well, this is a vassal, and here are two of their cores. Okay. So they have some of their cores. We could take them back. Oh, and here are some more cores. Well, you can actually just do a crap ton of things with Brunei. That's not bad. Of course, Japan is also a possibility. Fujiwara is quite big. I don't know if they have any personal unions or vassals. They don't seem to have. Okay. So, it's just a question of getting them into a personal union or just conquering them outright. And then waiting for 50 years until you can become the shogun or the emperor or whatever to unify Japan. The problem here is I really don't know how the actual mechanics of Japan work, because I've never ever played them. Not in single player, not in multiplayer, not anyway. So I would need to actually do a little bit of research, maybe play a bit of single player before recording and check out what can actually be done and what's useful, and or I could play it blind as well. I really don't care, to be honest. I mean, if it's entertaining in the end, it's a job well done, I guess. So these are 4 of the possibilities right now. 5 because Algiers, but Algiers, I don't really like them. Just to be very honest with you. I mean, we could take Algiers, but we will be probably attacked and conquered by Castile or some other European, and we don't really have the money to actually keep up with the army count that those countries probably have. I really don't know how much army they have. We could actually just check. I really don't know where to check. Here. Okay. Let's check the total army. Well, Burgundy of course has the biggest army, Bavaria the second biggest, which is good. Castile afterwards, yeah, and Algiers is just here with 27,000. Well, this is shit. And I bet they don't really have enough money to actually get more. Maybe up to 40, 50,000, maybe? I really don't know. I mean, the Ottomans have a pathetic little army. 65,000 is very, very small. I mean, normally around 1600 you should have something like around 150,000. I mean, the army counts in general are pretty small for this year in game. But I guess it's AI mostly, so they aren't actually maxing out their armies, and they don't really care that much about having, I don't know, a balance of power. So yeah. Good. Well, what other countries except those Asian countries could we play? Because I don't really fancy playing Asian countries. Maybe Wu would be another possibility. Because I would really love to rectify the whole borders in Asia here, because they look so horribly wrong, so horribly bad. But yeah, we could actually just play some other Europeans. Portugal is a prime candidate. They've managed to actually conquer a lot of Central America, and they've started colonizing South America as well, and of course a couple of provinces in the Caribbean, which I think they've colonized them after I've played with Castile and taken a couple of provinces from them. But yeah, they've taken a lot of provinces from the Native Americans in Central America, which means they should be quite rich, because many of those provinces should have very rich trade goods. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there should be some gold here as well. Yeah, look, gold. Let's actually check the trade map. Yeah, okay, they didn't take the 2 gold provinces, which is quite stupid. But you could just attack them in an instant and take them. Which we might be doing if we play Portugal. Also, another interesting choice would be Brittany. Because Brittany has started colonizing as well. They have a couple of provinces in the Caribbean and a couple in South America. And I've actually thought about it. What if we would actually play with Brittany, colonize a little bit more, and then send our capital to the New World? I think that could be quite fun. The problem is, of course, there's Castile, which is incredibly fucking strong. And if they want to conquer us, they will conquer us, especially if we move our capital into the New World. Because we in no way can have a big enough navy to actually defend it. But that's a possibility, it's a nice thing we could do. I really like if when some colonizers actually move their capital to the New World. It's an interesting playstyle, you know? It's nice for countries such as Portugal or maybe Holland. Although if Holland actually gets the Netherlands and manages to conquer some provinces in Germany, they are so fucking incredibly strong. There's no point in them actually moving their capital to the New World. But hey, for countries such as Portugal, which doesn't have such amazing trade goods in Europe, I mean, they have 2 provinces with wine and that's it. The rest is just fish and oh yeah, 1 province with wheat, which is very, very bad. Let's be honest, it's very bad. Of course, you can conquer some of those North African provinces, but the trade goods are still bad. They are quite rich in base tax, but that's not actually the biggest concern you have as Portugal. You want to have good trade goods to actually max out your center of trade and monopolize it. And you can do that quite well when you have the center of trade in Central America. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. We have a couple of candidates. I guess Holland could be another candidate as well, because they started colonizing as well. And we could actually do the same thing we have planned with Brittany, to just send our move our capital into the New World. Of course, they have much less colonized than Brittany, which is, yeah, it would be a little bit more difficult to actually pull off this move. Because of course you cannot have any other provinces in Europe, I think. I'm not quite sure how it works. I'm not sure anymore, to be honest. I would need to actually research it. If I remember correctly, you shouldn't have any adjacent province that belongs to you, so you could move your capital to the New World. But I'm not that sure anymore. It could be that you need to not have any other province in Europe anymore. I know they changed it in a patch somewhere. But yeah, of course, Naples, they've started colonizing some of Africa as well. It's another possibility. You could try and do Naples and conquer some of the provinces in central Italy here. And yeah, maybe try and get the Puglia back from the Spanish with maybe some rebels or anything like that. Of course, there's always the possibility of replaying an old country. I mean, Great Britain, I would maybe play them again just to try and send them onto a correct path again, because with 40% inflation it's quite hard to actually keep up with the other countries in Europe. But yeah, that's another possibility. Maybe just play with some old countries again. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm just going to prepare some kind of list of countries. I mean, which I research what I should do with. I mean, with Japan, I need to research what the actual mechanics of Japan are. And with those countries I've sent, I want to move my capital into the New World. I need to actually research how that works again, because I can't really remember. It's been a while since I've played a country like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're glad I'm back. I'm sorry again, I've missed so much the last couple of days, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you again in the next episode, where I'm going to start playing some other random country. Until then, bye.